What's up guys, it's Katelyn Rose. Welcome back to my channel. We have a very exciting video. So I'm sure you guys have heard about this palette already if you clicked on this video, but Pretty Basic is a podcast and it features Alisha Marie and Remi Cruz, who are both YouTubers. They did a makeup collaboration with Tarte Cosmetics. So this is what the packaging looks like. I think it's adorable, very on brand for Pretty Basic. So I actually ordered my package off of the Tarte website, and before I placed the order I was not aware that this palette was going to be available in Ulta stores. So I had no idea that I could actually just run out to the store and purchase the palette. So that's why this review has like taken a little while to get up. But whatever, you know, we're still here. We're still gonna do a full review on this palette and I'm very excited. Alright, so here is the star of the show, the Pretty Basic palette. So I'm gonna be really honest with you guys. My first impressions of this palette, just by looking at the layout and the colors, I feel like it's a little bit boring. So I just feel like there could have been some kind of pop in here, some kind of like fun color, something more eye-catching. Like I feel like I'm just missing something here. Alisha and Remi, they always have very neutral makeup looks, and they don't always do like pops of color or anything crazy like that. So it is very much inspired by them and their makeup looks. It is a basic palette, so it makes sense. Me personally, I just look for that little bit of something fun in a palette, like something to inspire me, and I just feel like I don't get that in this palette. But if these shadows work and perform beautifully, then that wouldn't bother me at all, because I too in my everyday life go for a very basic neutral makeup look. So I'm still very excited about it, don't get me wrong. I'm just, you know, giving you guys my honest thoughts. Okay, so that is the palette. We're going to be testing that out and creating a look in just a minute. I have tested this mascara before. I think it was like when Tarte first came out with the Lights Camera Splashes mascara, and back then it really wasn't my favorite, but I don't know why I just smelled it. Why did it's freaking mascara, why did I smell it? But my preferences as far as mascara and stuff has changed over time, so I feel like I am kind of doing a whole new first impressions on this product. It's just been so long. And then we have the lip oil. This is what like screams Pretty Basic for me. I love that it's clear but with that little tint of pink in there. I honestly wish that this was full size, and it smells so good, and it really gives me the vibe of like that 90s lip smacker type of thing. And I think that's pretty much it for introducing the product. So let's go ahead and apply some stuff to our face and create a beautiful makeup look. All right, so I just have foundation, concealer, and powder on right now, and eyebrows. So I do need some bronzer at the moment. Let's dip in here. So I'm going to dust this into my bronzing areas. Seems to be blending out really nicely, which is good. So what I'm gonna do is just kind of dust this all over my bronzing areas, and then I'm going to take a more dense brush with the exact same shade from the palette, and I'm going to contour with that. It's a little trick that I like to do just so I don't have to use two different shades of bronzers. Alright, so I'm going to take this big dense brush, so I'm going to dip back into Basic. So I'm just kind of stamping it where I want it to go and then blending it. So you can see here, even though I use the exact same shade, the difference in the way that I applied it is what makes it look like a contour versus just a normal bronze. Okay, and one thing a little bit different I've been doing when I contour is just creating like a little V right here on my chin, just to kind of enhance like the heart shape of my face. And then of course under the lips for a little pouty look. And then without adding any additional product on my brush, I will just take this on the sides of my nose very lightly. Like I'm using a very light hand with this and just dusting it right on the sides of my nose. This is how I like to kind of cheat my nose contour. Oh, you know what this is missing? This palette is missing a blush. If it had like a perfect peachy pink or like bright pink blush in here, I think that would have totally taken this to a whole new level. All right, it's time for the fun part. Let's put on some eyeshadow. I'm going to take the bronzer shade, and I promise we'll get into lots more shades in this palette in just a second. I just really want to take this bronzer shade into my crease. I thought it was very interesting that they went with a full cool tone vibe with this look. I mean, Alisha and Remi do wear a lot of cool tones when it comes to their makeup. I personally feel like cool tones are a little bit harder to work with. Now I'm going to take a smaller little blending brush to add some depth to this look. I'm gonna add the shade Ring Ring. There's not very much fallout in this palette, which is actually really, really nice. Right, I'm just gonna take this right into the crevice of my eyes, buff it out in the outer V and kind of bring it in. And I actually really like it. It makes it look like, on your eyes, it makes it look like a more believable shadow rather than an eyeshadow. All right, so that's what that second shade looks like. All right, so I'm actually gonna stop there as far as like adding depth to the lid. I really want to go in with the highlighter shade all over my lid, but we're going to be using the highlighter on our cheeks. So just for the sake of like testing more of the palette, I'm going to go in with Daisy. So this is a matte creamy white shade. I love that this palette, like, it has like basically no fallout. Also, yes, we have a little friend joining us today, my little pimple. So there is the shade Daisy all over the lid. I'm gonna blend it in a little bit better, but that's the initial color payoff. Now, these shades kind of scare me sometimes. Throughout the day, if it starts to crease a little bit, it becomes very, very noticeable because it's matte and it's a light color. Just take a little dab more of Ring Ring, and I'm just going to blend that in with the white. Looks really pretty so far. I want to add some more depth on my lower lash line, and I'm gonna do that using Content Baby Content. This is probably my favorite shimmer in the palette. I'm a sucker for a good like bronze eyeshadow. Just kind of nuzzle that right under my lash line. And this adds so much shape to my eye. So I've been watching Alisha and Remi for years and years and years, and they often do, you know, makeup tips on their vlogs, and I've definitely picked up quite a few makeup tips from them, and this is one of them. So even just that little bit on the corner really like opens my eyes, gives me more of like an almond shape, and this is my favorite way to do it, by taking a dense brush and really packing it on there. And then we're gonna take a small blending brush and just blend it all out and dip back into basic. Make sure you're really blending that out. Now, instead of liner, we are going to use the shade Chloe. So I'm dipping in there with a thin little angle brush. Winged eyeliner really does complement my eye shape. I'm honestly just kind of bored of it. I've done winged liner for so many years that I just kind of want to embrace my natural eye shape and enhance it the way that it is instead of trying to change it with a winged liner. Not hating on a winged liner, I don't think it's always necessary. So I think this shade is gorgeous as a liner on the top lash line. You can almost like not even tell that it's there. It just adds that perfect like definition. This palette smells really good. It smells like vanilla or like cake, like a milkshake. It smells super, super good. So we are gonna go ahead and highlight now using Pretty from the Pretty Basic palette. Inner corner. I added a little bit too much there, but it is very pretty. I guess the highlight isn't as strong as I normally like it for an inner corner highlight, but you know, highlights are intended for the cheekbones. I like it. Oh, you know what? I changed my lighting a little bit. Let me change it back. Okay, I just have different settings on my ring light. So there's the highlight. It's so like natural looking too. In the pan, I guess it looked a little bit more golden, so I was hoping for just a teensiest bit of like a golden undertone, but on me it does look like a very like champagne white. I like to with the Cupid's bow, and then I kind of just like lightly dust over my forehead, and I feel like it kind of just brings everything forward when I do that, and then a little bit on my chin as well. I have to say it's not my favorite highlight I've ever tried, and the eyeshadows still look good. Nothing is creasing, but let's go ahead and apply some mascara. Let's go in with our first coat. Totally got like a huge glob on my inner corner. Oopsie. All right, I love how when I apply this mascara, it's not super thick, so I'm not getting those kind of like clumpy, spidery lashes. They're more kind of feathered out and long and pretty. I feel like it's very lengthening. I'm kind of remembering why I stopped using this mascara though, because it's not really holding my curl, weighing my curl down, if you know what I mean. But I mean, look at the difference, like it's gorgeous. All right, I'm back after applying like 5 coats of that mascara. I think it looks really, really nice right now, especially up close. I will say I can just tell by the formula that my curl is not going to hold throughout the day, so by the end of the day these lashes will probably droop down a little bit, but you can always recurl your lashes, you know? So I think it's just not a product for me. So this is the Pretty Basic Lip Slip Vegan Lip Oil. On like a normal everyday basis, I would probably just throw this on over my natural lip color, but today I actually wanted to add a little something underneath the lip oil. So I have this product from Winky Lux. How adorable is this packaging? And I was actually going to use it the other day until I opened it and saw the cutest thing I've ever seen. I just had to save it for like a video or to take pictures with it or something, because look at this. It's a cat. Are you freaking kidding me? However, it does make me a little bit sad that once I apply this to my lips, the little kitty is gonna go away. This is the Winky Lux Perfect Pout Sheer Lipstick in the shade Posh. Like a paw, like P-A-W-S-H, Posh. How cute is that? Like, it's the details that matter. Bye bye, little kitty. Ooh, and that looks so pretty on my lips. I'm really excited about that lipstick, but I'm even more excited to try the Pretty Basic Lip Oil. Sweet Tarts. This smells exactly like Sweet Tarts. And I love this. I'm gonna go ahead and swatch these shades for you. So here is Daisy. Here is the shade Perf. Content, Baby Content. I feel like that's gonna look really pretty all over the lid when I do like a nice smoky bronzy eye. This is the shade Boy Drama. It's more of a silvery bronze. All right, next we have the shade Ring Ring. The last eyeshadow is the shade Chloe. This is the highlighter, which is called Pretty. Here is the bronzer. So there are all the swatches. I'm actually kind of sad that I didn't use this one today. That would actually be really pretty just all over the lid as like one eyeshadow, just a swipe and go type of thing. So about this palette, I honestly, Alisha Marie and Remi are 2 of my favorite YouTubers, but that doesn't mean I'm going to like rave about their palette just because I like them as YouTubers. It's very important to be specific to the makeup. So I'm gonna be really honest and say that this is not my favorite makeup palette I've ever used. But this palette just left me wanting something more out of it. Nothing I used in here was really like blew me away where I was like, oh my gosh, this is like the best, you know, product I've ever used. There's just not that like special touch in there, you know? And I truly think that if they included a pretty pink blush in here, that would just completely like would have taken it over the moon for me. The shade Basic, I got a really, really nice color payoff on my cheekbones. So I didn't have any issues. I actually really, really love this bronzer shade in here. And the highlight, it's just another highlight. The shade Daisy, I have to say I'm not very wowed by it. And this one was just a little bit sheer. The shade Ring Ring, I really, really like that shade. I didn't have any issues with blending. So the fact that this has no fallout I think is a huge plus. If you're looking for a good neutral palette that you can use every single day, if you're not looking for all the extra stuff in a palette that you might not actually use, then you would really like this palette. The last makeup review I did was on the Madison Beer and Morphe collection, and that was this eyeshadow palette. As you can see, this palette is very well loved. Different tones to play with, and even though it's neutral, it gives it that little something that inspires you to be creative. I just, as a makeup lover and somebody who has a ton of eyeshadow palettes already, I just wanted that little something extra. The Lights Camera Lashes mascara. I am not a huge fan of this mascara. I had little flakes of dry mascara that were already falling onto my cheeks, and I just applied this like 10 or 15 minutes ago. But my hands down favorite thing about this entire collection is this Pretty Basic lip oil. This is just so much fun to me. I love the light pink pretty packaging. It smells like candy, and just it gives me so much nostalgia. I'm gonna go through this entire tube so fast. I really hope that they come out with a full size of this product, because I would buy it, and I would buy extras, and I would buy backups, because I love this product a lot. So I think that about wraps up this video. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this makeup review. If you want me to do more makeup reviews on this channel, just leave a comment down below. Tell me what products you want me to review, or what collections, or if there's anything that's coming out that you want me to talk about, then I will definitely do that for you. Yeah, just let me know down in the comments. So I really hope you guys like this video. If you want to see more videos from me in the future, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you are notified when I upload new videos. And feel free to follow me on my social medias. I will have everything linked down below. You can follow me, I can follow you, we can chit chat, we can be friends, and it's just a really fun time over on my other social medias. So make sure to follow me on there, and I think that's about it. So I will see you all in the next video.